2 first downs through 3 whole quarters, 83 passing yards. A completely stagnant offense that looked lost, outmatched, and lifeless on the field. If you felt a pit in your stomach watching that brutal debut against Baltimore, you are definitely not alone. Make sure to smash that like button, share this video with your fellow fans, and subscribe so you never miss an update on everything happening with our team. Let's be completely honest with each other for a second. When did we ever imagine a Philadelphia offense with this much firepower looking that thoroughly dismantled? We have been told all summer that this system is built to dominate. Yet when the whistle blew and the lights turned on for game action, the entire operation sputtered. The defense in Baltimore, commanded by Jesse Minter and Anthony Weaver, completely bullied our front, giving our brand-new offensive coordinator Sean Mannion a harsh reality check in his very first outing calling plays from the sideline. Now, context matters, and we have to step back from the ledge before hitting full panic mode. Nick Sirianni has a long, proven history of treating the preseason with extreme caution, keeping starters wrapped in bubble wrap and running schemes so vanilla they wouldn't fool a high school defense. Nobody expects them to put their actual playbook on tape for Washington to dissect ahead of Week 1. But vanilla scheme or not, execution is execution. You cannot walk off an NFL field averaging 4 yards per play with only 2 first downs heading into the fourth quarter and tell fans everything is fine. That brings us to the biggest sideline adjustment heading into this second matchup against New England. Sean Mannion is ditching the field-level view and heading upstairs to the coach's booth. When you look at an offense from the sky, the entire field opens up. The coverage rotations, the backside windows, the leverage in the trenches, everything is clearer. But having a bird's-eye view will not fix this offense if the men throwing the football cannot hit their targets. Look at what we saw under center last week. Andy Dalton is a seasoned veteran who has seen every single coverage known of football, yet he looked sluggish, missing open windows and failing to establish any kind of rhythm. Then there is Tanner McKee. A year ago, we were marveling at him lighting up Cincinnati, looking like the undisputed quarterback of the future in our backup room. Right now, his trajectory feels completely stalled. He is sailing passes, hesitating in the pocket, and lacking that aggressive velocity needed to drive the ball downfield. If the ball is floating, defensive backs will eat it alive all day long. The one genuine bright spot in that quarterback room was Cole Payton. The 4th-round rookie came in and actually made things happen, using his athleticism to extend plays out of structure and inject some much-needed energy into an offense that was flatlining. But should an offense with championship aspirations really be relying on an unproven rookie making scramble drills just to move the chains? We need to see an entire half of Cole Payton running the offense against New England so we can finally find out what we truly have in him. Beyond the quarterback play, the ripple effects across this roster are getting impossible to ignore. Take the wide receiver room, for instance. Darius Cooper has put together a sensational summer, turning heads every single day in practice, only to suffer a brutal drop on an outside throw from Dalton when the real game action started. Suddenly, in joint practices with the Patriots, Elijah Moore is running with the first team, while Cooper gets bumped to the twos. The talent is obviously there, but when the lights shine brightest, the young playmaker out of Tarleton State needs to prove that his training camp flashes translate under live contact. Meanwhile, Hollywood Brown is quietly putting in extra hours after practice with Jalen Hurts, grinding to build that chemistry and become the lethal downfield weapon Sean Mannion desperately needs. But when you look across the entire skill position group, the elephant in the room remains the health of our top playmakers. Seeing Devonta Smith and Mekhi Lemon sidelined with nagging hamstring issues is testing everyone's patience. Hamstrings are notorious. You rush a guy back by 3 days, and suddenly a minor tweak turns into a 2-month nightmare. Devonta was back doing light drill work and running routes on Wednesday as a limited participant, and Lemon was upgraded to limited work as well, which is a massive sigh of relief. Make no mistake about it. Mekhi Lemon is critical to this offense. When you watch his collegiate tape and his toughness over the middle, he brings that Amon-Ra, St. Brown, or Puka Nacua energy. He has that gritty swagger, exceptional yards after catch ability, and the strength to elevate this passing attack alongside Devon. He missed mandatory minicamp, and missing 2 weeks of camp reps Hurts timing and route nuance, but getting him healthy for the regular season is all that matters. That brings us directly to our question of the day. With all the question marks surrounding health, quarterback depth, and play calling, how confident are you feeling about this offense heading into the regular season? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments section below, and let's debate it. While the passing game has left everyone on edge, the offensive line and ground game tell a completely different story. During that first 11-on-11 period against New England, the line dominated, carving out massive running lanes for Saquon Barkley. That is the true identity of this football team. We are built to establish the run, impose our physical will, and let the outside zone chew up clock and grind defenses down to open up deep play action shots. The biggest concern from last season was offensive line health, and the steps taken this offseason show just how serious the front office was about fixing it. Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens were battling through brutal injuries last year that completely stripped away their functional power, getting tossed around in ways we had never seen before. Both took aggressive steps this offseason, reportedly traveling to Colombia for stem cell treatments to completely regenerate their bodies. With Jordan Mailata looking to rebound, Tyler Steen progressing, and Lane Johnson anchoring the group, the starting unit has elite potential. Even better is the depth building behind them. Massive rookie tackle Marquil Bell has looked like an absolute powerhouse, literally driving New England defenders into the turf during joint practices. At 6'8" and 350 pounds, his movement skills make him the ideal heir apparent to Lane Johnson. Alongside him, center Willie Lampkin has been an absolute revelation. Sitting at 5'11" and 290 pounds, his elite wrestling background makes him a relentless interior brawler who refuses to give up leverage. Add in versatile pieces like Michael Morris and Fred Johnson, and the protection up front is quietly setting a dominant floor. Over on the defensive side of the ball, Vic Fangio is piecing together a unit that looks fast, deep, and aggressive. Defensive tackle Ty Robinson is playing like a man fighting for his NFL survival, putting up a stellar showing against Baltimore that solidified his roster push. Young linebacker Deontay Lawson, the undrafted rookie out of Alabama, continues to flash sideline-to-sideline range and defensive leadership. We also have high-upside international pathway players like Joshua Uche and David Ohabo fighting for rotational snaps, alongside under-the-radar standouts like Kapena Gushikin making noise. Naturally, whenever an edge rusher goes down, the rumor mill starts spinning out of control. When Jonathan Greenid suffered his injury, whispers immediately circulated asking whether he might miss the entire season, sparking wild speculation about a blockbuster trade for Max Crosby. Let's clear the air. Jonathan Greenid is not out for the year. The team believes it is a short-term issue, and while there is concern he could miss Week 1 or spend 4 weeks on the physically unable to perform list, he will be back to anchor this pass rush. Could Howie Roseman pull off a landscape-shifting trade for a superstar like Max Crosby if the defense falters near the trade deadline? Absolutely. Howie never shies away from a blockbuster deal when a championship is within reach and an opposing team is willing to sell. But right now, this roster has the depth, talent, and coaching to withstand the early season grind. When you pull all of these pieces together, the picture becomes clear. The ugly statistics against Baltimore were frustrating, and watching Jalen Hurts throw a couple of picks during situational 7-on-7 drills against New England definitely raised some eyebrows. But preseason box scores never tell the whole story. Between a vanilla playbook, resting superstars, and offensive line combinations working back to full strength, this team is simply biding its time. Once the regular season arrives, Sean Mannion unlocks the real playbook, and Saquon Barkley is running behind a fully healthy, revitalized offensive line with Devon Smith and Mekhi Lemon stretching the field. This team will look completely different. The talent is locked in, the foundation is set, and the journey toward another deep postseason run is only just getting started.